Yo, what is good? Praise Yah. Welcome in. Today I want to look at the Q links, and so here's a few different things that are very useful that you can do with the knobs in any of the MPCs. Hey, real quick, if I can grab your attention before we get into the content and have you head into the description where there'll be a link to my sample pack store. This is a great way you can support the channel, get something in return. If you ever found any kind of value from what I do over here and you're an MPC user or an SP44 Mark II user, I specialize in packs for that. I also got some free stuff over there, so please do head over and feel free to download those. All right. I'm making this video in the previous video that I did to kind of display what you can do with the MPC that you have if you haven't picked up an MPC Live 3, because comparatively the MPC Live 3 gives you a lot more buttons and you have dedicated track navigation with the step sequencer buttons up top. So I showed how you can navigate between tracks by pressing main and then pressing any one of the pads. But there is another way of navigating tracks without using your touchscreen, and that is using a Q link. So if you press and hold the Q link button, correct, you can see that you're on the screen mode. Usually by default, there's different Q link modes. If you keep it on screen and then press the Q link button until it lands on the third light there, then this top Q link knob will be able to navigate you between tracks. Okay, so this is especially useful if you're in the grid, because in the grid, as far as I know, there isn't a way of navigating to and from tracks, which is kind of a workflow buzzkill. So now I can navigate between the tracks and do my edits using this Q link knob. Another shortcoming is there's no display of what track you're on. And I kind of feel like this was something that did exist in MPC 2.15 and around there. But correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, or if you remember that. But there is a workaround. If you press and hold the Q link knob and don't mind turning your Q link status on, boom, then when you turn this knob, you can see what track you're currently on. It says current track, and then I can see that I'm on my bass, on my melody, my Vox melody, and drums and all that and such. So very useful if you're in the grid edit. Another cool update with the MPC Live 3 that I want to compare to what you can do on the MPC with the Q links is the touch strip. It now has modes that are very similar to the Q link functions. So there's one where you can adjust your pad levels and your track levels. I'm on a drum track now, so I got all my drums, and if I want to be able to adjust levels rather than using the touchscreen, I can go in here, right, and just do these here individually. But I get up to 8 tracks only visually at one time. But if I did want to be able to do it with ease without having to touch the screen, if I hold the Q link and then set pad scene, then this top knob will be able to control my volume. So when I select a pad, the Q link function now locks into that specific pad. So very nice function. It resembles the way that Koala Sampler works, and I really like that about Koala Sampler. It's simple, and it really optimizes the knobs on the screen and functionality there to just snap to whatever pad you're pressing. All right, so this next tip, using a Q link, just kind of like now that you have that touch strip on the MPC Live 3 where you can pitch bend. So if you're playing your instruments, your plugins, and you want to pitch bend a synth sound, then there's actually a way of doing it with the Q link. So let's take a look real quick. This is an easy one. If I press and hold the Q link button and switch from screen to MIDI, then this top knob is now a pitch bend control, and it is touch sensitive, so it will pitch bend and then snap back when I let go of the knob. All right, say I'm in the grid, and I'll pull up the automation now so we can see what happens. You can see the pitch bend, and if I go ahead and record, let's do something. All right, the last useful tip I got for you will be to control your effects using your Q links per track. So let's take a look at that. All right, from here I'm going to move over to an audio track. I have my Vox melody track, and I'm going to press and hold the Q link knob and switch from MIDI over to track effects rack. Now if you notice, there are no parameters on this pretty much because you have to program it yourself. So I've already programmed one thing, and that's the low gain. All right here on this bottom knob, and that's affecting the low gain at 150 hertz about inside the channel strip plugin on the insert. So, but what's cool about this is if I move over to a different audio track, for example, now I'm on my hook track, this knob is not programmed to anything because the Q-Link knobs can be programmed independently per track. So say I want to go into, let's go in the channel mixer, go to effects, and program something here in the channel strip plugin on insert 1. I can easily program from this screen. Just pull down this menu, click the arrow, press learn, select the knob, and then select the parameter on the screen. And then now this knob is controlling that. Make sure to turn learn off so you don't bump any other knobs and then end up programming multiple knobs of the same thing. I've done that myself, so turn that off. Then I'll exit, hit the main screen, and now I have mid-frequency control right here on this track, and then move over to Fox Melody 1, different track. No control there, but I do have the control for the low gain. So yeah, just wanted to show that it's very useful because those Q-Links actually become programmable uniquely per track. All right, there you go. That is the video. I hope these tips were helpful for you. If they were, I want to hear which one was one that you didn't know about. Leave it in the comments. Please share the video if you want to support the channel. There are links in the descriptions. Zound's link if you're still looking to pick up an MPC Live 3. I believe they're still on back order. You can go secure one for a minute, maybe think it over if you're having a little trouble thinking about whether you do want to grab it or not, or stick with the MPC that you have, because these MPCs still have a lot of power. As you can see, I'm on MPC Live 1. Still very useful. Still a lot of things to explore and to master. Like, be honest with yourself. Have you mastered the piece that you're using? Let me know in the comments too. Have I mastered it? Be honest with yourself. There's other things in the description that you can use to support the channel, like sample packs. I got a pay hip store. Go check those out. MPC samples, SB44 Mark II. If not, easiest way to support, just give it a thumbs up and share the video. So I appreciate y'all. Till next time, y'all bless. Peace.